In today's video, we'll be talking about our famous YouTubers who are actually unfortunately struggling financially right at this moment. We're going to talk about DoorDash, an American YouTuber, very famous here on YouTube, and Big Nandz, our South African YouTuber, who basically came out, I think it was last week, and she's still trending. She basically came out last week and said she's struggling. She's got like 100K subscribers, but she's no longer making money. Like, it's difficult. She's not making money via AdSense. Basically, she was just saying she's making peanuts. It's so sad, and she was crying. It was so sad to watch that video, to be honest. And also, we'll be talking about DoorDash. She's also posted some videos, and she said she's struggling. She's struggling to pay her car installment. She's struggling to pay the rent. She doesn't know what to do. Things are actually not looking good. I'm not making this video to just come here and mock them or bash them. If anything, you should learn in this video. It should be educational, it should be informative and inspiring. We need to learn from people's mistakes instead of blaming them or judging them. I'm not making this video to judge them. But disclaimer though, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to share some advices based on my personal experience. Okay, so yeah. Hi everyone, if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking into this video. If you're coming back, thank you. So yeah, I'm just gonna react on their videos, and I'm just going to say that being a content creator can be very tough. Sometimes you get a lot of money via sponsorships and also the YouTube AdSense. So just to give you a background, in order for you to be monetized on YouTube, you should at least within 12 months have 4,000 public hours watched and 1,000 subscribers. Then you can apply for YouTube partnership program, and they will have to review your channel. Then after reviewing your channel, if they are satisfied that you do respect their policies, that's when they allow you, they accept you for YouTube partnership program. So it's something like that. Both of these YouTubers worked very hard. DoorDash is sitting on 85,000 subscribers. I remember first time when I watched her videos, someone was just bashing her. Somehow her channel was recommended to me. I love her content. She's posting educational videos. She's always telling people to start their YouTube channels and all of that. And she went viral. She made a lot of money, and she wasn't ashamed of sharing her YouTube AdSense money. There was a time I think she made about $10,000, and she was just motivating people to start their YouTube channels. She's also selling products. I didn't know. I just watched her videos recently because she said she's selling hair products actually. One thing I like about her, she's selling hair products. She also made some digital products where she was teaching people on how to start a YouTube channel and how to grow your channel and monetize it. You know what I like about her? She was diversifying her income. She didn't like really rely on YouTube AdSense. One thing I know, she's also doing the DoorDash stuff. Apparently, after making a lot of money, there was a time where she stopped doing the DoorDash deliveries. So now people are coming out blaming her because she was very sad, sharing her videos, crying. You can tell when somebody is frustrated because of their debts, and here you are adding another stress. So it was just painful to watch her videos. Like, she was crying about why she's being told about investing and why people are just happy about her downfall, of which is very sad because she's been very transparent. And before she went viral, she actually said she wasn't making money, she was struggling. And after going viral, she had to pay a lot of debts. Her YouTube AdSense revenue went down. I think that is why she's coming out. And this hair products, she stopped selling it about 2 years ago, and now she's saying she's back. She's going to sell that product, and I love that. I love that she's thinking about other streams of income instead of relying only on YouTube AdSense. I'm not gonna bash her or say anything. I'm just gonna say, keep up, girl. Things will work out again. Just don't give up. Keep on posting YouTube videos. Same thing happened to Big Nandz. I don't know if I'm butchering her name. I'm sorry, Big Nandz. I think it's Big Nandz. I remember when I watched. Actually, I started watching her channel last year because I was watching Gogo's vlogs. Gogo, our famous pretty it girl. Her channel was recommended to me. And I remember when she said she was working, she said in one of her videos that she was working in Randburg, and she was working there and she was making about 8K, 10,000 Rand or 8,000 Rand. I can't really remember. She said she was not earning much. Then she started being serious because she has Instagram. Then she started being serious on YouTube. That's when she saw a lot of money. And she wasn't also afraid to come out and say, this month I've made this much. I think there was a time where she made like 50,000 Rand. I stand to be corrected there, but yeah, that was a lot of money. Then she grew her channel. She's now on 100,000 subscribers. And then she quit her job just like that because she saw revenue on YouTube that she's making a killing. I'm not gonna come here and talk about her designer clothes or designer bags or whatsoever. People are saying she's driving a nice car, a beautiful luxury car, but she's out here crying. Why can't she get a job? Something like that. So for me, I think this should be very educational and eye-opening. We should learn as the upcoming YouTubers or someone who's interested to start a YouTube channel. Because I remember I also have a YouTube channel that is monetized. Actually, it's two of them. I'm no longer making money there. Sometimes I have to wait for a month, then the following month I will get paid, especially with the one that is sitting on 35,000 subscribers. No, I'm lying. It's sitting on 26,000 subscribers. There was a time when I was making like 10K. I was like, okay. Sometimes 15K. I was like, okay. I remember saying to myself, I'm going to register this as a business, then so that I can file for tax. In South Africa, if you make 1 million rand within 12 months, you need to go to SARS and pay SARS. Even though it's not nice to pay SARS, especially when you know that you are making your own money, you didn't get a job. Like for me, I remember reading this book, How to Make Money, Buy a Property in South Africa. And the author said, you need to pay tax, especially if you have made money that you didn't have before. So like, oh, you have to pay SARS at the end of the day. You need to pay your taxes. So I was demonetized. Can you imagine? I had to wait for 3 months. And then I got monetized again. Things were looking okay. And then again, I was demonetized. So that is why now I'm struggling to actually make money on YouTube. So I am making a little of something, but it's not that much. So what I want to tell these people that it's very important to budget. Budgeting is very important. You need to know how much money you are getting, how much you are spending every month. Maybe if you are spending weekly, how much you are spending, how much are you getting actually before deductions, if you do have deductions, because sometimes you make a lot of money this month, then the following month you're not making much. But one thing I've realized on YouTube, normally November, December, October, November, December, the companies here on YouTube spend a lot of money by advertising their company's products. So you are going to make a lot of money from October, November, December. But it also depends on what type of content you are doing, because other people are making a lot of money. Others are not making much, but you cannot really rely on the AdSense alone. So I think it's very important to budget once you get your money. And budgeting will help you, like for an example, how much you're spending. If you're paying car installment, you'll know, okay, I'm spending this much for my car. If you are renting, this is how much for the rent, how much you are spending for groceries, your cell phone bills, your Wi-Fi, how much are you paying, if you've got subscriptions, like your DSTV, your Netflix, things like that. Know exactly how much you're spending on that department. And it's very important to buy grocery because this way you won't be spending much on takeaways. That will help you to save again. So yeah, I think it's very important to budget. We know some people are saying budgeting is very boring, but it's very helpful. Treat yourself as a business. Business do budget. They have their financial year, they have income statements, they have cash flow statements, things like that. So since you are working for YouTube, you are more like self-employed. So it's important whether you work for YouTube or you have followers on Instagram and you are making a lot of money via sponsorships. So even there, it's very important to budget. So yeah, it's very important for you to budget. Don't downplay budgeting. It will help you to save money if you are budgeting correctly. Another tip that I'm going to share with you, it's very important to pay yourself first. Paying yourself, once you get your money, make sure that you pay yourself. It could be savings, saving for rainy days. So it's very important to pay yourself first. These are the money rules that I'm giving you. Hence, it is important for you to have an emergency fund, especially if you are a content creator. I'm talking about your emergency fund. Emergency fund, it is where you know exactly how much you are spending every month. Let's say you are spending 5K or 10K. If you are spending 5K a month, for an example, this is how you are going to calculate this. You will say 5,000 times, whether it's $5,000 or 5,000 rand, you'll just say 5,000 times 6 months. Let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, which means you are spending 25K in 6 months. You should start saving that money every month. You are building your emergency fund. Then you have 25K for 6 months. Then make it 12 months. How much are you going to make? Let's say you're spending 50K in 12 months. Try to save that money because YouTube AdSense is not reliable. Sometimes you make a lump sum, especially when you get that lump sum. Make sure that you are saving a lot of money, putting it under your emergency fund so that you'll know at least for a year if YouTube is down, at least for a year you are settled, you are able to pay your bills. Talking about essential bills such as paying your car, paying your rent, if you're not renting, your mortgage, stuff like that. We have money for groceries, we have money for petrol, so you are not being a burden to someone. Even if things are down, at least you know you've got something. You've made savings. There are tax-free saving accounts. You can try that and save your money there, so when you need it, you know you are covered. Maybe you didn't make a lot of money this month, things like that. It's very important as a person who's a content creator to realize that emergency fund is very important. Another content creator that I truly love is Financial Bunny. I remember it was last year when she said she was owing SARS, but she did not come here crying because she understands personal finance, because she's always preaching about personal finance. She's always saving for worst case scenario. So I think she came out and said she's owing SARS, which is South African Revenue Services. I think she paid that money because I do watch her. I love her videos. They are very educational, especially about personal finance. I think you should check her. Another person who's very great with personal finance content is Y'all's channel. Yo, I love that girl. Like, she's so pretty and she's so smart when it comes to, she's also very smart when it comes to personal finance. She's giving us tips. I love that. One thing I've realized, people don't like to watch her videos, especially when it's talking about personal finance. But when she's vlogging and doing other things, people go and watch her videos. But when it comes to personal finance, I think we should try and educate ourselves, especially when it comes to personal finance, how we manage our money. Financial literacy is very important, guys. Like, it's very important if you don't want, especially if you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are broke, you don't know what to do. Here you are sitting with debts, you actually don't know what to do. Sometimes, if you love designer clothes, how's about you save for those things instead of getting a lump sum of money, you go and buy those designer clothes, then you are left with nothing. A perfect example of that is Gugu Ganana, Mrs. Ganana. She's killing it in terms of finance, I think. I remember she used to tell people that she's having a replica of designer bags or those fake bags that they are good, but they were in good condition. Then she saved money to buy the original designer clothes. So I think it's very important to learn. And for Nance, I think they are friends. I remember seeing her in one of her events. Gugu had like an event for her subscribers, and Big Nandz was the MC there. I think she should use that opportunity and ask Gugu what does she do, because what I know, Gugu is also good in terms of personal finance because she's been through the most. She owns a house in Val. Not only that, she's also selling a diet. There's so many things that she's doing. She has a large following on Instagram, and she's getting sponsorship left, right, and center. I love the girl. She's doing very well. I think Nance can ask advice from her because she doesn't rely on one thing. Another tip is to stop impulsive buying. Stop buying things that you didn't budget for. Always buy things that you know that are in your budget, and buy the things that you really need, not something that you want. Sometimes people go shopping and buy stuff that they really don't need just because they have money. Maybe you are angry, you are happy, you just want to spend money. I think we should stop doing that. We are way, way older now. We should be very wise when it comes to spending money. Buy the things that you really need so that you're not going to regret whatever that you have bought. You'll be happy. At least you'll say, this is what I needed. Like, for an example, this year I said I'm going to change my wardrobe. I'm buying few stuff, but I'm not going crazy. I just bought a few items because I've started home workouts. I bought stuff for working out and few items, and that was it. I only bought clothes because I needed them, not because I just felt like spending. So yeah, I think it's very important to stop impulse buying. Maybe some other people will go to their friends and see they have nice furniture. Here you are feeling pressure to just want to buy because your friend has a beautiful house. Now you want to renovate. There's no need to pressure yourself, especially if you know your finances. You won't be competing with anybody because you know your budget, you know exactly what you want, because you've got financial goals. I don't know why that I didn't mention earlier. Financial goals are very important because you will know why you want to buy those things because you've got goals. Whether you're saving money for vacation, whether you're saving money to buy a car or a house, whatever that you have, you know your why is very strong. Or maybe you want to buy a camera, or maybe you want to buy a microphone, stuff like that. You know exactly that I'm spending this money for a good cause. If I'm buying a camera, it's going to help me to produce quality videos. And you should be very strategic with that. You should buy a quality camera once you start earning. Once you start earning on YouTube, save that money so that you can buy the right equipment at the right time. Last but not least, live below your means. It's very important to live below your means. Stop spending money that you don't have so that you know you can save, you can budget, or maybe you can start investing. Live below your means so that you can start investing. But if you are owing people a lot of money, this is not for you. Right now, you need to pay your debts instead of focusing on investing and saving. Just pay your debts. Once you are done with your debts, that's when you can start investing. You can buy stocks or you can buy cryptocurrencies. I know this one is a bit controversial, but you can still make money on cryptocurrencies if you're not going to time the market. Same thing with stocks, there's no need for you. Invest for a long term. don't try and do day trading, especially if you don't know what you're doing, and do a lot of research on those companies where you'll be buying stocks. Don't just go around and invest just because someone say, hey, just buy. Someone from YouTube or wherever on the internet is telling you to buy the stocks from this company or whatsoever. Do your research there. I'm just going to make this example of Capitec Bank. It's a South African bank. I think it was established in the early 2000s. Not so sure in 2002 or 2001. I think in 2003. They then put their company on Johannesburg Stock Exchange. That's when they were selling shares, and price per share was very cheap at that time. I think it was 3 rand or 2 rand, 2 rand and something. There was a time where it was 3 rand. Can you imagine if you knew about investing at that time? Then you go there and you buy those shares. Because now they are worth 2,000. I'll put it on the screen how much they are worth right now. Last time I checked, it was close to 2,000 rand. So imagine if you bought like 20 of those shares. If you bought 20 shares or maybe 50 shares at that time because they were very cheap, you'll be having a lot of money. I know it's risky because it's a private business, but you make a lot of money. You understand? When you're investing, you're dealing with compound interest. It's not like you are saving money where there's inflation rate and your money won't have value that much, especially if you just put your money under a savings account. So yeah, guys, I think that's what I wanted to say. I hope everyone is okay. I don't mean to bash those ladies. I hope I'm not taken out of context. I'm just saying it's very important to educate yourself about financial literacy, especially us as black people. No one teaches us, no one is teaching you about rules of the money, just basic rules of the money. We don't know that. I became interested in learning more about financial literacy because I realized I'm not good with money. I remember when I was working back then when I was doing my internship lasted about 2 years, and after that internship ended, I was left with debts. I was buying clothes via credit, so I was owing the stores a lot of money, and I was no longer working. So I started a YouTube channel, the one that I was talking about that was monetized, and then I paid off the debts. Some debts are good, some are bad. So you should know what is a good debt, what is a bad debt. Because a good debt, when you are having a good debt, it's a debt that is making you money every month. Like for an example, let's say I want to buy a camera. I'm making money on social media. It's very important for you to post quality videos. Now you've got followers and all of that. You need to show up and show quality. So, in that sense, it is a good investment because you know every month you are getting money. But if I just go there, I don't have followers, I buy the camera on credit. That's a bad debt, because you're not even making money on YouTube. I can't just go around and buy a quality camera, your Canon or whatsoever, your Sony. I'm not making money at the moment. Why would I go and buy an expensive camera instead of just using my phone and just record? Besides, I'm still learning this YouTube thing. So yeah, I hope you have found value in this video. If you did, please like and please comment with a green heart if you have found any value in this video. And yeah, thank you. So yeah, guys, if you have found any value in this video, please like, comment, share, comment with a heart, especially if you have found any value in this video. And thank you. Bye, my beautiful people.